this point, we have every single mobility item in the game. The hookshot, the jetpack, the thrust amplifier, and the friction dampener. So now we can get every single item in the game. So that's what I'm going to go do. Now the balloon line on the map tells you to head up and out, but I'm going to take a little detour over here to the left to go grab one of the passkey components. This is the area with the 4 guys with Gatling guns, the boss fight that I hated so much, and I'm headed back to the area where I first got the armor. Now remember, there's a Dark Trooper over here, which is what got me killed when I came through here the first time. Not to mention there are a ton of soldiers in the next room just waiting for you, so you have to be a little careful here. I did that pretty sloppily, and I nearly paid for it here. Not really a whole lot to say here. At this point, with the coil rifle and missiles, combat should be a non-issue. Now once they're all cleared out, instead of going over to the right where I got the armor, I'm going to come here to the left and take a shortcut out here to where I fought the gunship with a foam turret. Now keep in mind, this can only be accessed with the missiles, which is why I didn't come through this way the first time. And here I am going to shamelessly use the glitch with the save rooms that allows me to fill up on health, because like I said, I could accomplish the exact same thing by just throwing myself at the enemies and basically committing suicide, so I just saved myself the trouble by just reverting to a save. Anyway, now that they're all dead, I'm going to use my hookshot, the thrust amplifier, and the jetpack all at the same time in order to scale the side of this wall, and up at the top there is the passkey component, which was the entire point of taking this detour in the first place. And in case you've forgotten from the beginning of the game, the reason why I'm going after the passkey components is because once you collect all 12 of them, you can access the fusion helmet, which basically makes you invincible. Anyway, now that we're done here, I'm going to use my triple jump to jump over this radio antenna. And what you want to do is, once you get to the top, jump twice, so that you'll activate hyperspeed by the time you hit the water. And then you can run across the water instead of swimming. All of the combat here is completely optional and skippable, so I don't really think I need to explain what I'm doing. I think everything that I'm doing you've already seen before, so don't mind me as I make an ass out of myself trying to kill this Devastator. Now at this point, I'm basically in the same place that I would be if I had strictly followed the blue line on the map from the thrust amplifier instead of taking that detour to go get the passkey. So now I'm just going to follow the blue line to the next objective. Now keep in mind that ledges like this one that I'm hanging from would be completely inaccessible without the hookshot and the thrust amplifier, which is why I didn't come this way before. Well, it looks like I got a bit careless, so instead of heading through that missile door to my next objective, I'm gonna backtrack a little bit and go fill up on health from the save room. Once again, shamelessly using the save room glitch to refill my health. Two rocket guys here, but you've fought these guys before. You should know how to deal with these guys. Interestingly enough, there is actually a save point just inside this missile door where I am now, despite not being a save room. And the reason why I didn't come through here right away with only 64 health is because the upcoming fight is just about impossible with low health. So, despite the fact that I would have saved here, I would have had 64 health every single time I would have respawned, which would have put me in a very bad place. That's why I went to go fill up on health before I came through here. There are a generous number of health pickups here, but that doesn't mean you don't have to be careful. Alright, here comes what I believe is the hardest fight in the entire game. It's so hard I don't even think it is possible to fight it out on Insane. So you hit the button on the console and lower the bridge, and you activate the spider tanks. Just run. Run as fast as you can, get the hell out of here, up the ladder as fast as you can. You saw that I started with nearly 400 health, and I didn't even stick around to fight it out, and I've only got 60 left. So I don't believe it is possible to fight that part out on Insane. Anyway, our next objective is through this door, and standing between us and it are two Dark Troopers. The safest way to deal with them is to just missile them through the floor. When I've got 60 health, I don't care if that's not even fighting them properly. Dark Troopers are bullshit and a half anyway, so I have no problems with just missiling them through the floor. And as you might have expected, the reason why I don't care that I've got such low health right now is because of the health case in this room, so now I'm good to go. Now I'm going to take a second here to collect one of the pass keys that's right under my nose here. And this is kind of a mini puzzle in and of itself. So what you do is you hit this lever and it shows this mini cutscene of this panel opening. But what you can't see, because I did this on my first try, is that that panel is on a timer and it only stays open for a couple seconds. It's plenty long enough for you to get through it without a problem, but if you fail this jump the first time, you'll have to come back and hit the lever again to retry. So what you're going to do is you're going to hit the lever, open the panel, and then run with your hyperspeed and run up the wall, through the panel, over to the other side, smash through the wall, and the pass key is just inside. Now if you're having trouble getting that pass key, it's probably because you're jumping too early and smashing into the side of it instead of running up the wall. So just delay your jump as long as possible, but if you run under it, of course you waited too long. Alright, at this point I am going to completely ignore the next objective where the blue line is sending me, because now I'm at the point in the game where I'm going after items. And first I'm going to start with the pass keys. The next one is on the other side of the map, so I'm just going to run across the top as quickly as I can to get to it. I'm not entirely sure why I stopped running here, but now I have to do this the slow way. So I did that really sloppily. I got shot up by that pistol, and normally I would be in deep shit here, except I'm right next to a health pack upgrade. So instead of heading down the ladder where I went to go rescue Claire, I'm going to head up here now that I have my hook shot. I'm just going to wait for the soldier to not be facing me, and then I'm going to sneak up on him and assassinate him. Or shoot him in the head. That works too. Now the real reason why I'm here is for the pass key, and all you really need to get this is the hook shot. Getting up here can be a little tricky, but you can eventually get it. And there's actually another pass key in this elevator shaft, and I guess I could have gotten it before, but I chose not to do so because I'm going to do that now. All you need to get this one is the foam. So use this hatch where I hid the first time that I came through here to not get shot up, and then do this simple elevator puzzle that we've seen before. And I definitely could have gotten that item, but I chose not to do so because I'm going to wait until I have the fusion helmet and then run all the way back through the entire game and show where everything is all at once, instead of having cases of items possibly not being there because I picked them up beforehand. Anyway, ignoring the soldier trapped in the elevator, which is hilarious, once you're on top of the elevator, the passkey is in the vent on the left at the top of the shaft. And then just do the puzzle in reverse in order to get out. Now then, now that that's all taken care of, the last passkey is through here, through Mr. Sweet's office. Unfortunately, we gotta destroy the camera and the turrets in order to get through here. Shouldn't be a big deal with missiles, though. Through this room with the turret, you can even jump on the turret to kill them all, and there won't be nearly as many as there were the first time. Head down here through the grenade panel. And believe it or not, I just passed it, but I actually can't get it from that direction. I have to come over here, and remember this guy that I completely bypassed the first time? Well, now I'm gonna fight him. So here it is. Those blue rocks are destructible using the hyper boots. First you gotta clear out all the bombas, including the Fomba. And with that taken care of, run up the hill, through the elevator, smash through the rocks, and grab the passkey. "12 out of 12 passkeys acquired, so I am going to make a beeline for the fusion helmet. We can completely bypass this elevator puzzle in the barracks since we have the missiles. Unfortunately, we gotta slow down for a sec here. We have to clear out all of the enemies in this room in order to unlock the door. And remember in the last video, just after I got the hookshot, I came up here and unlocked this one-way door? Well, this is the shortcut that it created.
Sweet! Shortcut.
And at this point, we have reached our destination. Take this elevator down to the very bottom of the facility, and you can get the fusion helmet so long as you've got all 12 passkeys. But as long as you've been following this guide, you should have all 12. That's about going to do it for this section of the game. In the next video, all I'm going to be doing is getting from here, the lowest point on the entire map, back to the beginning of the game, and then we can start our item grab-a-palooza. So I'll see you there.
Fusion helmet acquired. Full defensive capabilities now online. Operating capacity at 90%.